You got to start to grow up, really grow up and realize that, you know, like perfection is you always shoot for it. You always want to, you know, shoot for the moon, obviously, right? But perfection is unattainable, especially in food. So you try to get as close to where it is without making yourself sick.
Welcome back to another episode of the Vinny Brusco Show podcast, episode number 433. I hope you've been enjoying the show so far. If you have been, do me a favor, subscribe, rate, and review to the podcast. You do that right down below. Leave a comment, click the notification button, all that fun stuff. The things I don't know about with the algorithm, no clue. But apparently it's very important. So do me a favor, spread the word, click that notification, click the subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you very much. This week's episode, I'm joined by friend, father, husband, and celebrity chef Christian Petroni. Christian has been a chef since he was 12. He has been immersed in chef and chef culture and the culinary world. He opened up 4 restaurants here in Westchester called Fortina in New York and has recently stepped away from those and is embodying and leaning into his own personal brand, which is Gabagool Media, where he is, and his job description, slinging garlic bread at the back of a truck. Christian was on the podcast 10 years ago when he first won Chopped and became a Chopped champion. And since then, he has become a staple on the Food Network. He's been on Chopped as a judge and as a contestant, beat Bobby Flay, Guys Grocery Games. You cannot turn on the Food Network and not see Christian Petroni. Christian and I got into a bunch of different topics, everything from old school 90s pop culture references, which he's very good at, and what got him into the food industry, to the culture that has changed around being a chef. So I hope you enjoy episode number 433 with Chef Christian Petroni. Enjoy.
How you doing? I'm Christian Petroni. I'm here with Uncle Vinny Brusco, holding it down.
And here we go.
I think you're a pretty energetic guy. Are you not?
Define energy. Well, listen.
You're talking about before, like I think you give off like a certain osmosis, like you have like an energetic field around you that when you're cooking or when you're presenting or when you're on stage, so to speak, it seems like you have like a lot of pizzazz, a lot of energy.
Pizzazz. Oh, no, dude.
Do you not?
I mean, how lucky
you
are
wouldn't
we?
be. You wouldn't be where you are. You wouldn't be where you are.
Dude, we talked about luck.
Right.
We talked about luck.
Right. But
you don't, dude. Do you train to like, you know, can you train to be what you just said? Like, you know,
no, that's in you.
That's luck, lotto, right? I used to be bummed that like I wasn't rich when we grew up. Like, oh man, we could have been born into like this rich family and we're broke, right?
Right.
And it's like, no, man, but like, you know, everything kind of happens, you know, for a reason.
Right.
Wait, where am I getting at?
I think you being who you are naturally and that coming through your personality, whether it be on a podcast or on television. And I heard you on a podcast recently and you definitely had good timber.
Yeah.
But I would say it almost like it's the opposite of your television persona.
Yeah, because when I sit down in a situation like this, like, I never get to do this, right? How often does everyone get to see this side of me? I don't get to do it a whole lot. I try to give the realest version of myself via my social media.
Sure.
You know, that's a really good glimpse into like what the heck is going on, right? But like, I don't know. What am I saying, Vinny?
I think that you are very authentically you.
I trust you enough for you to tell me.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what you think. I'm going to tell you what you're talking about.
I need smart people like you around me.
Oh, please.
Because I need to talk out loud. I've learned. I need to talk out loud.
Oh, I talk out loud all the time.
Have to talk out loud.
Yeah.
Have to say every idea out loud. And, you know, like normally they're crazy, but you have to talk out loud.
Yeah, 100%.
It's important, right?
I will give the most profound podcast interviews or speeches or seminars in the shower in my mind. In the shower, in my mind, I'm the most articulate version of myself.
You're very handsome too in that.
Thank
your
you.
Mind. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
But I'm the most articulate I ever am in the shower by myself. Like, because I'm just like in my mind. But you're right. Like, you do need to practice making that mind-mouth connection so you can get comfortable saying these words.
Yeah, and like I'm so blessed and lucky that I get to be myself on Food Network, right? Guy, Food Network, Courtney White, all the rock stars over there. They give me like the carte blanche. Like, hey, Christian, man, be yourself. Like that's oof.
Right.
Lucky am I.
Oh my God, that's a blessing.
Right. And even with that, you still don't get to see the side that you're seeing right now. So it's interesting how my brain kind of like ends up like morphs into like this different sort of voice,
Right.
it's like the whole mindset changes, and I love that because it's not something that I get to do a whole lot, and like I'm just so grateful that there's people now that are watching what I'm doing and actually care, right? And like I feel like there's a responsibility there because I'm like it's like when you have a restaurant, people can go to any restaurant on the whole planet and they go to yours, right?
Right. It's a privilege.
Yeah, it's the Instagram, whatever the followers, like I use that as my barometer, but that's my restaurant. Like you could have followed a million overweight chefs. You picked me, man. Thanks, guys. Like I want to make you happy, but that's my hospitality.
Yeah, well, that's a chef in general, right? Like
Yeah.
I remember when I used to go to a sushi restaurant in this tiny little hole in the wall, but the mentality of do we need a better lighter?
No.
Do we need less wind?
No, we like the wind though.
All right. I would order, and then he would say, "Okay, now I'm going to feed you." Like I would eat and order, and he's like, "Now I'm going to cook for you," and he would just bring me food and plate after plate, and that I think is something that is of a chef, right? And then obviously as a restaurateur, that's also going to lend itself as being so giving and wanting to see people happy, right? And when you step away from that world, and I want to ask you about the documentary, obviously, like that was a big insight into the other side of you from the Food Network perspective that wasn't just Christian Petroni, chop champion chef. You know what I mean? Like it was this insight to this other side of you that we're talking about now.
What an honor. Right.
What was that like? What was that call from Guy Fieri like?
Oh, it was at it was like 11:45 on like a Tuesday, and it was right before things really started to get weird. It was very early.
Right.
Very early in the weirdness. Oh my gosh. And he, in Guy Fieri style, he got me on the horn. He's like, "Yo, here's what we're doing. Marcus, Manit, Antonia, we're sending you cameras. We're sending you this. We're training you up how to do this, and you're gonna document your lives. We have no idea what's going on, and so we're gonna take that ride with you." And that's what we did. And so like till this day, there's Osmo cameras in my cars. We're filming Restaurant Hustle 2 right now. I've been filming it now for the past few months. We're wrapping it up. But, we got to show, like, man, we were like early. We were like Joe Exotic or before Joe Exotic. This was like pre-Joe Exotic. That's how early in the pandemic it was.
But what a crazy idea. Because and kudos to Guy Fieri for... Fieri. I don't add the.
Hey, no.
All right. Listen, no disrespect.
No, I know it's not.
I love it.
But like, I want when guys like hanging out with you, and us, and like, and I just want to save you the whole
embarrassment.
You just don't want it, man. Just
does he prefer it to be said like that?
It's his name.
I know, but it's almost like when you're out and you order mozzarella, no, it's not.
It's his name.
All right. Can I just
we
say Guy?
We can get into the whole mozzarella thing.
Okay, we will.
Because that's a whole and gabagool and all that stuff, right?
Prosciutto di Parma, right?
Ricotta.
Right.
I mean, like, listen, that's a whole other thing. But you know, guy's name is Guido.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, Guido. That's what all his friends call him, Guido.
So I'll just call him Guido.
Oh, listen, you'll get there. You'll get there. You'll get there.
But what forward thinking to say, like, we're going to film this moment in time because, you know, and to have the foresight and then to reach out to very unique, different chefs, right? Like very unique styles, very unique personalities, but very distinct in their own right, culturally, right? Very different. And then to have the foresight and say, we're going to document this moment in time and we're going to capture what it's like to be on this side of the world, on this side of the fence in the restaurant world while all this shit's going down. That's crazy foresight. Like, not many people think that way.
Dude, yeah, we're not talking about a normal dude, right? And Guy being just as forward thinking as he is and just as, you know what, man, I'll sing Guy's praises all day. Guy saved me. You know, I'll sing Guy's praises all day. I don't care what anybody has to say about it. And they can fight me if they want to. Okay? That's my brother. And essentially...
So he's been like a big mentor for you then?
Big time.
That's so important to have those mentors in any aspect of life because they show you where the potholes are on the road that you're going down. And at best, you could hit it with a little bit of, like, embracing it a little bit. Like, just, I'm going to hit it, but you could brace yourself for it.
Side road, real quick story.
Yeah, please.
I won Food Network Star, season 14. And then I get a call from you know, from the team, from the people, my people. You know, you have people.
Oh, yeah.
I contacted your people. They're very cute. Your people.
Yeah. My people are great.
Yeah, she's a cutie.
I love her more than life itself.
Yeah. And they were like, hey, Guy asked to see a reel of you. And, you know, they sent it. And he'd like for you to, you know, if you want to come out and judge an episode. Guest judge an episode of Guy's Grocery Games, right?
Right.
Best show.
Is that the best? Is that your favorite
to do? Oh God, it's so much fun.
Is it?
Oh God.
As a judge or as a contestant?
Everything. Just being there. It's Flavortown Market. Bro. Come on. You kidding me? I wish we were there right now. I wish we were Flavortown Market right now.
If it could be anywhere in the world right now, it'd be Flavortown Market. Okay.
We can get into that.
They do recreate a supermarket very well.
Recreate?
Is it just legitimate?
You mean they build a supermarket?
Is that what it is? It's a set of a supermarket?
Yeah, dude, they build a legitimate supermarket. The most incredible, like the fish, dude, the fresh fish department is like you walk in like off a red eye and you get to set and there's like the most beautiful crustaceans, fresh fish, no cloudy eyes. Everything's beautiful, on ice packed. It's pristine, vegetables straight from Napa, like perfectly done. It's like the supermarket you wish.
Right.
And so, you know, my agent's like, oh, you know, dude, you know, you should do it. You know, it's a troupe. It's Northern Cal and this and that and this, but you know, it's only one episode. But you know, I was like, you out of your mind? I'm going. I'm going. Right. Get on the plane, and you're like, you know, in your head, you're visualizing the best case scenario.
Always, right?
Yeah.
Always. Now, had you been there before? Never.
I'm just starting to even go to California.
Right.
At this point, I'm like learning California. Like, barely, don't even know LA.
Right.
And in my head, I'm like imagining, like, you know, just like it going perfectly.
Right.
In my head.
Sure.
Because why would you think any other way? But that's a whole other conversation.
Of course.
Right. So I'll spare you the details because the details are essentially what ended up happening. We're on set, and you have these little ear things in, you know, and we're halfway through my debut episode, you know, first time on, and he turns a corner into one of the aisles. I don't think even Guy even knows his story. He turns a corner into one of the aisles, and they left his mic on so I can hear it in my ear.
Oh, God.
And he goes, I can listen to this kid talk about the rain. And then click. They clicked me off. And I was just like, okay, thank God. I think he's happy. And I was so happy, right?
Yeah.
The day ends. Go to remember. Everything that's playing out is essentially like this crazy story I made up in my head on the way out anyway.
Right.
And it's kind of unfolding, right?
Is this, you know, being where you are, do you feel like you're like looking at this from like the observer's point of view? Is this like surreal? Like the only thing I could equate to is like I remember when I walked in the room when they were, not so much my son, no disrespect to my son, but when my daughter was being born, and I walked in the room and it almost felt like I was on a movie set. Now, obviously, you were on a set, right? But it was so surreal that I was like, this is, like, I was waiting for them to pull back the curtain and be like, and scene, okay, Vincent, you're going to come here, then we're going to give you the baby. Like, it was, is that what it's going through your mind? Like, is this, like, out of this world surreal for you?
I know exactly what you're talking about because I've been there.
Right.
And the answer is no.
That's a good feeling then.
It's wild.
That means you've arrived. That means you're in the right spot.
It felt
like you should have been there.
I go in my trailer, we finish.
Yeah.
And I'm done. You know, you're talking about a plane ride to San Francisco, a 3-hour car ride to get to where we got to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I felt like I did a good job. I heard that little tidbit in my ear.
Of course.
Happy. Walk out of my trailer. Who's standing there? Guy Fieri. Come on, bub. You know, jump in the car. I'll take you back to the hotel.
Is it the red Corvette?
No, it was a Phantom. It was like a Phantom, like ghost, something incredible.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I'm in, you know, Guy Fieri's Rolls Royce.
Right.
And it felt great. And he was just, from that second, he's been like my brother.
Right.
And he's had my back. Oof. Like, people don't even know.
Yeah.
You know, and just forget about what he does for so many people already. And that he doesn't even, you know, never even talked about, you know?
Yeah.
Stuff that I know that people will never know. One of the most incredible dudes ever, right? And that started my relationship, you know, with Guy. And it's been like nonstop ever since. And I'm so grateful for that, dude. I really love him a lot because it was a really bad couple of years. It was a bad 4 years technically.
Right.
Thank God for my kids coming in during that, and my wife being there for me. But like, oh man, it's been, you know, this whole restaurant world's been a whole, you know, it's been a total gong show pre-COVID, and so like, for things to kind of have evolved the way they did, I am just so eternally grateful.
Now, when you say they were it was rough or whatever you know terminology you want to use, was that just from the restaurant world itself, like stepping away from Fortina, or was that just kind of the build up to that? Because you would think on the outside looking, it's like, here's this celebrity chef, you're doing all the shows on Food Network, you've got it all figured out, you know.
Sorry.
No, listen, but
No,
the fact that you can laugh at that says something, right? It's just like, because I think there's so much intrinsically that people don't see that
people think you got it all figured out.
Right, but there is no figuring out. Like, ultimately, there's no fucking figuring out. Like, Guy Fieri doesn't have it figured out. Like, he has this part of the matrix hacked, but there's still a whole nother level to it, right? And he may be a very high up on the food chain of that, no pun intended, but he still has the figuring out to do, right? And I think that from the outside looking in, for you to say, yeah, it was rough, thank God for the kids and my wife and stuff, it's like, it's very humanistic, right? And it's very real. And I think when people, you know, again, from the outside looking, it's like, oh, this guy's got it all figured out. Beautiful wife, 2 beautiful kids. He's a chef. He's doing his own thing, which he has the freedom, right? Which for so many people,
it's pretty nice.
That's the ultimate, right? The freedom aspect of things.
Well, that's new for me.
Yeah.
It's a new thing. And it's really incredible.
Right.
The
siesta next door has really gotten lit.
I think it's a quinceañera.
Is it?
Are we heading over?
We can definitely. Just fucking start. They're beautiful people. He let me borrow his generator during a blackout.
Well, dude, that's, you know, neighbors.
Well, yeah, but you'd be shocked. Some neighbors are shit.
Oh.
I mean, he's a wonderful neighbor.
Well,
he comes over, he tells me what I need to do in my garden so things don't die. It's wonderful.
Guy?
Mexican.
Oh my God.
Beautiful.
I just said quinceañera just because, like, I just wish I was at a quinceañera. Those are the best parties in the world.
It might be going on right now.
Oh, that's even better.
I think we should just scratch this and head over there.
All right. Later.
So, yeah, from the outside looking in, you have it all figured out. And now the freedom aspect of things that just kind of, I don't want to say slowly evolved.
Yeah. You know, listen, that's a whole other special, the wormhole that is my restaurant, you know, undoing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But to look back right now and to be where I am right this second, and I'm telling you, like, right this second, like, I am not on top of the world.
Right.
People think you are, and I am so fortunate. I am, trust me, a lotto winner here.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm figuring it out. Like, I posted the other day of just, you know, change and how change is so important. And I've been trying to figure out how to support my family not in the restaurant business.
Right.
And we talked a little bit about this earlier off camera. It's a challenge, and it's and as stressful. You're talking about your livelihood and your family, and
Right.
putting food on the table. It is such a challenge when you're transitioning into a new thing.
Right.
And it's very exciting. I don't know. I think that's why I'm sick in the head.
Well, no, because you know what? You could take that same thing, and a lot of people would take that perspective and not find it to be exciting, but they'd be afraid of it, right? They might find it to be stressful, and I'm sure it is stressful, but they would have the other side of the stone with that and not say it exciting, right? And not say it's something that gets them motivated. It would be fearful, right? And it depends on what you want to lean into. Do you want to look at it and have the perspective of, here's an opportunity for me to be free and do what I want to do and do things on my terms and convey who and what I am through what I want to build? Or do I say, I can lean back onto the restaurant world and make this money and be comfortable, right? And we said that leap of faith, right? The salto mortale, right?
Cojones.
It takes balls.
We talked about that. Cojones and a work ethic. We talked about this earlier. Let me tell you about it. You got 2 gloves, right? You got 2 pillows. You got 2 pillows to catch the cantaloupe.
Right. Right.
Okay. 1 pillow is an insane work ethic. One that usually leads talent to be taken advantage of. It's the truth. I'm not saying it's right.
Why do you say that?
The talent's always taken advantage of. I mean, look at throughout history.
Sure.
The talent is always taken advantage of by, whoever's holding the cards that day.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Whoever got handed the keys somehow.
Right.
And people with talent usually have a great work ethic. So, like, you give your all. And there's a lot of people out there, a lot of folks out there, when they see people that will give their all, give their soul and their heart to a project, to a restaurant, to an album, to
whatever,
a clothing line.
Sure.
There's somebody with a couple of ducats in their pocket. Okay. Yeah. I can move this piece of the puzzle, and I can do this, and who gives a shit what happens to the players at the end.
Sure.
No one's worrying about them. So that's a whole thing.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, just think of, then that happens in every day for everybody in their lives, right? Like, it's just the heartless, cold boss sitting on the ivory tower, just looking at Excel spreadsheets and wanting more and more and more. And then you have the guy who's going to work every day, who's busting his ass and not seeing any of that, right? And not being seen for that, right? Just a punch in and the last 4 of your social.
Yeah, and then even just on a larger scale, and not to say that all these things go this way, but just, once a chef works his way up his or her way up the ranks, and and they want to, there's nothing more than a young chef wants than to own their own restaurant, right? Do you know how much it costs to open a restaurant?
I can't even imagine.
I look at it now and it's like, oh my God, how much is a hood again? It's like, what? So it's and then the rents.
Of rent, especially in this area,
right?
Particularly.
Yeah, and it's like, how's young talent ever going to get a platform, right? This is, I think, in my opinion, pre-COVID.
Right. Well, it's like that old commercial was like, how do I get a job if I don't have experience? How do I get experience if I don't have a job? Remember that commercial?
Oh my God, yeah.
Remember that? It was like on after Price is Right.
It was after that commercial where the girl slunk into the couch. Remember the grass commercial?
Yes.
That era.
Celino and Barnes.
The more you know, Celino and Barnes, injury attorneys.
1-888-88-8888.
Very sad.
Yeah.
Celino.
Was it Celino or was it Barnes?
One of them.
Plane crash.
Sad.
Very sad.
And it's kind of like end of an era kind of thing.
I think so. You can't go on.
Dude, but it's so silly. But that jingle is such a part of my life.
Such a huge...
And I can't believe we're not going to hear it on television anymore.
That's nuts.
No one's talking about this.
No, they're not.
The Celino
is
and Barnes
that
jingle.
An East Coast thing? Celino and Barnes? Got to be, right?
It's got to be.
Right?
100-888-88.
All right.
Or how about leave off the last S for savings?
Oh my God, classic.
Why was there an extra S? Was that really why the extra S was there? Or was the extra S there?
How do you spell mattress? M-A-T-T-R-E-S, right?
Yeah.
S-S?
Yeah, why were there two S's?
I think it's
You
just
needed
because
an extra number?
for the number.
They needed the number.
They needed the number, so that was a smart gimmick. Not even a gimmick.
All right, listen, team. We need this number. We need the word mattress in this 1-800 number, but we got a problem. We're short a letter. What are we going to do? Ideas, go. What if we did a pound sign? What are you, fucking crazy? Get out of my office. Next. Everyone's scared.
They're all nervous.
What do I do? An extra S, and we can tell them that it means like they're gonna save a lot of money. He looks at him.
The cigar is helping right now, by the way.
He looks at him. He goes, "Listen, Shay, I'd like the cut of your jib, kid. You're hired, but I'm already working here, sir." I don't know. I'm losing my fucking mind. I was like,
No, you're not. You're spot on. That's exactly how it went down.
yeah.
The extra S.
Leave off, and then they're like, all right, bring the jingle guys in. All right, here comes the jingle guys.
What do you got?
M-A-T-T. Oh, bring the choir in. Bring the choir in. Get the choir. 1-800 M-A-T-T-R-E-S. And they're like, boom, done deal, sign it, and legends.
That's it.
Legends were made.
That's like the Cars for Kids people, too. My daughter.
No.
That's a pretty big one.
It is, but it's too much for me.
She can't.
It's
She's
weird.
like, I don't get it. She doesn't understand it. She's like, why do we have Cars for Kids? And now I'm explaining tax savings to a 6-year-old on the way to school in the morning.
But the commercial.
Much?
The jingle's good.
It's a good jingle.
The commercial's weird. They could have made it less weird. Let's be realistic.
Well, it's a kid talking about you getting tax savings on your boat.
But they're like with the fake guitar and everyone's got
Oh,
the
that's
pink
right.
tie on and
That's
like
the actual
suspenders.
commercial. I'm talking about the
Like-
radio commercial. But
Oh,
you're
no.
right. There is
Like,
a
it's
fake
a-
rock band.
It's like a weird It's a Small World After All vibe.
That is very weird.
And I love It's a Small World After
Is
All.
it not? We went to Disney a tick ago. By the way, it really is the most magical place on earth, is it not?
It is the best.
It like when you walk into Disney, you're transported to another dimension of reality.
I'm listening.
And it's just
It's everything.
pristine. And It's a Small World. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's not one lip at a sink. There's not a light bulb out on a boat. There's nothing wrong with It's a Small World.
You can like drop. Oh, It's a Small World is so
It's perfect.
beautiful. So I'm texting.
Creepy, but perfect.
I'm texting my dear friend Antonia LaFaso, presenter at Parmapalooza 2021 in Stanford.
Do you want to talk
Connecticut.
about, by the way?
Yeah. Because we were working recently on a new show with Mr. Fietti in Florida. And the first thing I said, because I'm so sad, I hate being away from my family. And so when we weren't filming, I go, Antonia, you come with me to Disney? She's like, no. And she just keeps walking. She just walks away from me. I'm like, thanks, Antonia. Either way, I got her to go to Disney with me.
Beautiful.
And we had just the best afternoon. I had a bite of a turkey leg, and I was like,
Are those
oh.
turkey legs ever really that? They're never good. You go into that turkey leg thinking you're going to be like the mountain, like with an ale and like this crispy, crunchy turkey leg.
Yeah, no.
And it's always disappointing, no matter where you go.
Yeah, no. And I'm
Why?
kinda conflicted.
What's wrong with it? Because I had the
Even-
same thing. I was like, I'm so excited for this turkey leg, and it ended up. I was like, this was such a
It
disappointment.
needs to be braised longer, and then like it needs to be fried on the pickup, and it would be. Oh my god! Even like what is there? If they just took it and dropped it into like 450 degree oil, and just like pop, it would just pop like chicharron. Because
That's what I'm saying. It has no bite.
It needs that. And it needs to like roll it in like
Something.
Like MSG.
Give me some. Yeah. Give me some
Teriyaki.
Right. Give me some crunch.
Dude.
Very gummy.
So I want to get Antonia on FaceTime because she'll tell you how awesome of a time we had. She's in England right now, I think. But we did It's a Small World After All, Space Mountain, like the whole thing. And like you just walk around Disney and you're right. It's just so perfect.
It's perfect.
It is so, and I cannot wait to bring the kids and Sherry down there. Like, it's a dream of mine.
It is as a father, it is definitely one of the most rewarding things you can do. We took my daughter, we went with another couple and their son, and this is before we had Vin. And when we got there, Big Vin, VB3. When we got there, I took my daughter aside. I said, "There's only one rule on this trip: there are no no's." And like 2 seconds later, she's like, "Can I get this Moana toy?" I go, "What's the rule in this trip?" She's like, "No no's." I was like, "To the register we go." I was like, because you're never going to be 3.5 years old in Disney by yourself ever again.
Never.
It's never going to happen again.
Can't say no.
You're going to have a brother and have to split time, split finances. You can't go all out.
No.
This is, we bibbity boppity booed. She got fucking bedazzled into Cinderella. It's amazing.
Heaven.
It is. It really is. It transports you to another reality where everything is okay.
I just can't imagine being a kid at Disney and like not being an answer. Like, and not that like.
Right, I'm a grown man, so it doesn't have to be an answer.
No,
but, right.
It's like not that my parents wanted to say no, like, but like Disney's an expensive fucking.
Oh my
place
God,
to go to,
beyond
right?
expensive.
So like, oh man, I dream about being able to take the kids there and do exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
What is like, oh, what do you want? A friggin' frozen banana? Let's go.
Yeah, no question.
You want this? You want that? Like, you want the expensive friggin' wand? Yeah, all right, get the good one, bro.
You want
the one that's in the glass.
Yeah.
Don't get you don't need to listen. Get the plastic one too, but like get the glass one. You know, let's
right.
Yeah.
You want the balloon that lights up at night? Get it.
Yeah. Oh man, I bought bubbles for Bo and Briar. Briar's a year and a half old. Bobo is he's gonna be 4, and man, Briar, they just love bubbles. So
yeah,
Briar's just like bubble.
Yeah, my son too.
Running around with her wand with the bubbles. Oh my God, bubbles are big.
Bubbles are huge.
We should have got into the bubble game.
The bubble business is booming.
The bubble business.
It's bubbling.
We fucked up.
We did fuck up. She got into bubbles.
That bubble money. It's just soap.
It's all it is.
Bubble money is soap money. Oh my God. That means we can get into the soap game.
Right. And now we're talking a whole different game.
Irish Springs, Dove, Queen Helene.
Queen Helene.
Swap. No, Queen Helene with the 99-cent gel. Remember the Queen Helene?
Yeah.
But they also had like hair products.
Was it the pink gel?
Oh, you name a color, they had it.
Remember that?
You name a color, they had it, bro.
Yellow gel? Green gel?
And every neon, every shade of neon.
That was a very 90s thing.
Do you remember?
People don't use gel. Huh?
Nickelodeon Green Slime Shampoo.
That's right.
There was a Nickelodeon Green Slime shampoo?
Yes, there was. There absolutely was.
Okay, so I'll take you one level up from that. Do you remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle hand pies that were like a hand pie that with the green icing, green vanilla custard on the inside? Yeah.
I vaguely remember.
He knows.
I got it.
Yeah, that's like a memory. Like, oof. You know what? Like when I think of that hand pie, the other memory that hits me in the head is Neo Geo. I don't know. Neo Geo.
Oh, I love Neo Geo.
Yeah, so it was that era.
Right.
It was like the Neo Geo, like oh, I heard a Neo Geo system's like $1,000, bro.
It seemed insurmountable.
Like you'll the Neo Geo, forget it.
Don't even think
You're
about
never
it.
gonna have a Neo
Don't even
Geo,
think about
bro.
it.
Yeah.
It's color. You got a surfing game. It's not happening with Neo Geo.
So like when I think of that hand pie, there's one specific.
I vaguely remember that. I'm trying to get it in my head.
There's one specific store in Yonkers that we were walking to, and they had it, and I was just mind blown. And it's like the same like pies that like apple filling and
Right.
In like that wax paper, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So easy to rip too. Like you could as a kid, you
feel that paper. You could feel that hand pie was always heavy for its weight.
Yes.
Which is always a sign of quality.
Yes.
When you pick fruit.
Yeah.
You want to find fruit that looks and feels heavy for its weight. The best fruit.
Is that I don't know. I don't have picked fruit.
Pineapple, the best melon. If it's like, this big, right? Which isn't big.
Right.
But you pick it up and you're like, ooh. It's got some weight.
Right.
That's juice. That's flavor. That's
saturated.
Sugar.
Saturated.
Good fruit is heavy.
It's good to know.
I want everyone to have a takeaway. There's got to be some sort of takeaway. That lava lamp looks way too phallic, dude. It's starting to like this one.
Which one? Yeah, that is.
Is it purposely phallic?
I don't think
Next
so.
to the hanging balls?
I don't know.
No?
That's a good. Maybe subconsciously I put it next to the balls.
Maybe I'm just sick.
No, I mean maybe we're both sick. Maybe I set it up and.
Why isn't that on?
The bulb is out.
It's driving me fucking nuts.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's like your OCD firing off?
It's OCD shit.
Really?
Chef stuff, I guess. I don't know. Like, it's OCD 100%. Like,
how does that, like, so, like, when you're preparing a dish, right? If you're a chef and you have OCD and it's going out, are you like,
Yeah. And then that's when, you got to start to grow up, really grow up and realize that, like, perfection is you always shoot for it. You always want to, shoot for the moon, obviously, right? But perfection is unattainable, especially in food. So you try to get it as close to where it is without making yourself sick. I've already gotten to the point where I've made myself sick. There's years of being in the business, being stressed about every dish coming out.
no way.
Oh, I'm literally having heart surgery tomorrow.
Right.
I'll have my AFib, which and I'm pretty sure that is 100% from just. It's got to be from. I started working in restaurants when I was 12 years old. It's got to be from just
The wear and tear.
And like I'm tired, man. And I feel like this my whole career, the ups, the downs, the peaks, the valleys, the low, recent valleys. I feel like it's all kind of come to this, and I think that's a good thing, because like I'm getting it handled, I'm getting it fixed. It's very fixable, and I'll have new levels of energy, and I'll drop the 40 pounds I've been trying to drop my whole freaking life.
Yeah.
And cause I want to be here for Sherry and the kids,
Yeah. It becomes a new goals, right? Like.
Yeah, but I literally, and this because we've been talking about this for years, and you know how I've been trying for years, and it's just like, you know what? If it ain't gonna happen after this, like, it's then I'm weak and I suck.
No, I disagree. I think I like.
What was that one game with the mutants? That one. Crazy one. It was kind of dark.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It was like a city setup, right? Wasn't it like in the city?
Yeah. Like,
I remember that.
Like a version of Rampage.
Yes.
It was like Red. I remember Red, and I remember it was like.
It almost felt like Resident Evil before Resident Evils.
Yes, bro. That thing was scary.
Yeah, Resident Evil 1, when you played that, you were like, this is fucking scary shit.
Doom. Remember Doom?
Oh, Doom.
You'd be nervous playing Doom all night. Scared of Doom. Scared of everything. I'm scared of everything. I'm still scared of mirrors. If Bloody Mary's going to choke me.
Are you?
to death
My
one
sister
day.
used to sit on me and tickle me and tell me about Bloody Mary. She's like, Bloody Mary's going to come get you.
I wish no one ever told me about Bloody Mary.
Do you scare your kids?
No.
We scare each other.
Not yet, at least, because like.
You could scare Bo.
I mean, I scare him by sneaking up behind them and screaming. That's my favorite thing to do.
The best thing in the world.
I think I don't scare. I don't mess around with the lights or like.
No.
Oh God.
Like call him into the room and then like as he's walking to the hall, he'd be like, ha!
Oh my! That'd be going. I scream.
Oh yeah, me too.
Top of my lungs.
I did that. I did the best is when you do it and they leave. I did a couple times where Emma's left the ground. She's like, oh! It's hilarious.
I love scaring kids.
It really is like it is a fucking classic. Lightning bug in here.
Aw.
That's a tall tale sign of the summer.
Dude,
seeing lightning bugs?
241st and White Plains Road. I can feel oh my God, dude. I can feel the weather of like the summer nights back then, and like walking around the neighborhood and there'd be fireflies,
right? Lightning bugs.
Lightning bugs, what we call them.
Yeah.
And oh my God, we'd catch them in jars and like, my God, can you just imagine and we'd be, just like between our house and, St. Anthony's School, like just in between there, just living, as kids, just like roaming from house, friend's house to friend's house. And like, you go to Daniel Murphy's house on 238 in the area. And you go back, 241st. And like we used to like go on the roof of our house on 241st and White Plains Road and throw water balloons onto people on 241st. And like cats would like come looking for us. Like,
yeah.
So dangerous. Yeah, I loved growing up down there.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Those nights.
Those nights, right? There's a morphic resonance to like summer nights as a kid.
Some nights I stay up, cashing in my bad luck. I'm sorry, this is the only thing that like
it's
comes
fine.
to mind right now.
It's fine. Yeah, there's something about summer nights that are like ladybugs and fucking lightning bugs and just
Yeah.
summer.
And then there's the summer nights when you were hanging out at Andrews Field in Yonkers. There were 40 ounces that you got from the 2-4 store.
Right.
And those same, lightning bugs are there.
Yeah.
It's just a different scenario.
Yeah.
Right? But like
They're
nothing
a staple in like that's like always the first sign of summer for me is when I see a lightning up. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's summer.
Yeah. And they never, I hate bugs. Hate bugs.
Right.
It's a problem.
Not lightning bugs though.
But not lightning bugs. Lightning bugs are cool. I like
They're
them.
cool. They light up.
How's that happen?
How does that happen?
How's that happen? Do you know how it happens?
Like they have those fish in the bottom of the ocean that have like the lights on their heads, right? Because it's so deep.
Like Uncle Luco.
Right.
Did you see you watching Luca?
Yes. I love that movie.
Hello, Luca.
Yeah, I love that
You know
movie.
who that is, right?
No, who is that?
That's Sacha Baron Cohen.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be able to do that.
Luco, right? It's Uncle
Luco,
Luca.
yeah.
Uncle Luco,
Yeah.
Luca. Punch me in the heart, Luca.
I love it.
Luca's good.
It was good. It was very good. It was a fun movie.
No Italians in the movie, which is interesting. But listen, man.
Listen.
I'm cool. Everybody's cool. I got bigger fish to fry.
Right. Yeah. Like that was a complaint. There were a few other things I read online that were just absolutely
But you know
ridiculous.
what? You
I was
know
like,
what?
can't we just
Let's
enjoy
enjoy
something
it.
for what it is? There's always to be something else.
Let's enjoy it. They did a beautiful job. The nuance is incredible. The Piaggio Vespas and the whole thing.
So
is
fun.
Like, so good, and then Santa Mozzarella, Santa Ricotta,
Yeah.
Santa Pecorino, like it's they did a very good job. It's like, but Disney, #Disney in this.
Yeah. We're talking about voiceover work
So
and how that's just
tired.
like, how hard is it like keeping up the balancing act of like, obviously the Food Network stuff, and then obviously what you're doing with Gabagool Media and everything that you want to do on your own private endeavors, and then like family. Like, how is spinning those plates? How do you do that?
How does every family do it, right? Like,
Sure.
my job is my job. Everyone's job is their job, and everyone's spinning those same plates, right? And for me, it's become just like, forget about it's become survival. It's like, it's a spinning plates. Like when you're in survival, like everything is just spinning.
Right.
But like, we sold our house during the pandemic, and we're living right now with Grammy and Poppy,
Beautiful.
which is just the absolute best.
There's nothing better.
Nothing better. And it's just like it's an interesting time because I've been able to spend more time with my family than ever. Because of the pandemic, and
Right.
because of what happened to me in my business life, right? And there was this media career there to kind of like cushion me,
Yeah.
and that was like Guy, Food Network, and I do think if I didn't have that going for me, like, I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't think you could.
I don't know, man.
You can't go back. You can't default to if I didn't have that going for me, right? If my, what's the old
know.
expression? If my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle.
No,
Right? Right? Like, so like,
No, I know, you're right. Yeah, you're
like
right,
if you
you're right.
default to like if I didn't have it, like, well, you do.
I'm just so grateful for it.
Yeah.
Because I can't say it enough. I'm on set anywhere. I look at my boarding pass, whatever it is. I'm just like constantly like, I say it.
It's gotta be
I say how
surreal.
grateful I am. I'm so grateful. I am so grateful to be doing this job, this whatever, if you can even call it a job.
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point.
Well, it
But,
is.
like,
I mean, it is.
this, like, that people even care at all about what I have to say or what I'm doing or what I'm up to. It's the same feeling as if when you had a restaurant and people, came to your restaurant. It's an honor, right? So, like,
Do a lot of chefs feel that way? Do you think?
listen, us chefs, we never really, like, a lot of these chefs that on television, we're from an, like, I don't know, I like to think like it's an era that, like, none of us were ever meant to be on television.
Well, that's okay. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. I have there seemed to have been the shift of what a chef is, right? Like,
Yes.
like there was this cultural shift in like what a chef is and how they present themselves. Like, whether it be you or Action Bronson or the Vitaggio brothers, like whoever it is, like there's just this different image of what a chef is now, right? When did that like, when did that turn? Like, because I know you grew up watching, you know, the traditional mom and pop chefs, right?
Yeah, great chefs of the world on Discovery Channel, who I now work
Right,
for.
right.
Crazy.
How crazy is that to say?
Illegal cable. Right? Illegal cable. Channel 19 was Nickelodeon. Channel 20 was Discovery. We won't talk about Channel 81. We don't talk about Channel 81. Not allowed to go channel.
We won't go that high up.
We don't go that high up. Can't count that high. And I don't have that many toes.
Right.
I love Nickelodeon. Right? I mean, when I met Mark Summers, dude.
What's that like?
At Guy Fieri's birthday party. Go Planet Royale.
Again, like a moment where you're like, what the
me.
fuck?
Zach was
Was
with me
he?
at that. This was like 3 years ago.
Are you like, what the fuck? I'm at here's Mark Summers. Like, that's weird.
Oh, dude. And
That's gotta be weird.
His email address is so epic. I can't say it.
Yeah, of course.
So epic.
All right, after. Yeah. I won't. I promise. I promise you, I won't email him, but I have to know.
So, dude, Nickelodeon, right? So you're watching Nickelodeon. You're watching Hey Dude.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little wild and a
Little
little
strange
when you
make your home out on the range. Pack your horse and come along.
'Cause you can't get a ride if you can't hold on.
Sing it, yippee-ki-yay.
Yippee-ki-yay, what?
That's what the cowboys say.
Get along, little doggy. My AFib. Yeah, so like watching Hey Dude and
Salute your shorts.
this thing.
Clarissa explains it all.
Clarissa explains it
Bobbin?
all.
Pete and Pete.
Petunia.
Oh.
Marmalade cream. Sweet marmalade cream. Sweet in between. Remember that fake rock band?
Yes.
Yeah, Pete and Pete was, oh my
God.
dark.
Right?
I mean,
That was a weird kind of show.
Nickelodeon was weird, dude.
It
Look
was.
at Nickelodeon, and it was the best. So I would be...
Nickelodeon was the Sega Genesis of children's television.
Put that on a t-shirt. ASAP, post-haste. Channel 19, so that was Nickelodeon. That was in the Snick.
Right. Oh, Snick, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Couldn't even watch that show. I was afraid of it.
Submitted for your approval by the Nice Society.
Are you afraid of the dark?
Yes.
I am. Yes, I am.
Shit afraid of the dark. We can't watch scary movies to this day.
Yeah.
So Discovery's Channel 20, and I would click over in between, and you know, if there was a lion ripping off an animal's head, I'd go back to Nickelodeon. But there was a show that I was always looking for that I loved, and it was called Great Chefs. Great Chefs of the It was Great Chefs. There was like a spin-off series, but it was Great Chefs of the World. Then they got real crazy and did Great Chefs Hawaiian style. And the song was like, Great Chefs Hawaiian style.
Is that like when Saved by the Bell went to Hawaii?
That's after they jumped the shark. Yeah. No, but like this was like, this show took place at like all like the 5-star hotels, right? In like the Caribbean and in France. And it was like, they'd have one camera deadpan set up, you know, and they would like stand there and like, we're gonna teach you how to make niçoise salad, and they would talk.
And how old are you at this time?
Should we do the real math? Like
no. Just throw
Clarissa. I gotta be
12, 13?
12, yeah, 12.
Yeah, maybe even younger.
Yeah, maybe possibly younger. It was definitely going on when I was younger.
Yeah,
but like this part is 12, 13.
Yeah, if that.
And there would be three segments. Could happen at 3 different hotels. You know, 3 different.
And what made
chefs.
you want to watch this?
I just was. Oh my god, I was obsessed.
Because it's like not like, yes, the Nickelodeon makes sense. Okay, obviously we all. But like, what was it?
I don't know.
That made you want to watch that?
Loved it. I remember them cooking foie gras, and the guy had to do it twice because he flamed the pan, right? And I was like, "What is foie gras? What is that?" You know, like,
yeah.
And like it would be a first course, a second course, and a dessert. And every chef had on the toque, which is like the big tall paper hat, and it would be like da da da. And then like then they went down to Hawaii, and what was his name? That big, beautiful, boisterous Hawaiian chef, one of the legendary. I forget. I don't want to say the wrong name. Then I saw them like doing like the pig, wrapped in the leaves and
sure,
buried
classic,
on the ground.
classic.
Right? I was like, what is going on here? But then like just like the dump and stir dishes were just like, I just loved it. I don't know, man. There's something so soothing about like a cooking show, right? Like I think about like early Tyler Florence when he was in that green kitchen, wearing Panerais. One of the first times I saw Panerais when IWC was the first time was Tyler, right? And it turns out that show was produced by an awesome dude named Mark Desson that he produces Guy's Ranch Kitchen, and I just have so much respect and love him.
Full circle.
And I was having a conversation with him about like Dump and Stir, and like Tyler's Green Kitchen is like such a vibrant memory in my head. And he's like, oh yeah, I produced that show. And I was like, oh, give me a hug. Give me a hug right now.
Hug me right this second.
Mark Desson, you are the man, bro. I love you.
That's nuts. And then like, so from then on, did you know you wanted to be in the food industry and like be a chef, or like?
Yeah,
Because I feel like again, to go back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier, like there's an essence that you emanate, right? Like authentic Christian, and a part of that branch of the authentic Christian root is being a chef, right? Like I'll put on an apron, right, and I'll cook a burger, and I'm like, I like to be a chef. But it's not in my essence, right? It's like I think it would be cool, especially a sushi chef.
You can see how it would be cool.
100%.
Yeah, of course.
100%.
Best job in the
Especially now with like the way that chefs are in culture.
That's where we circle back to what
Right.
your question was.
Right.
We like Guarnaschelli. I think Guarnaschelli started cooking in kitchens and was like, I really want to be on TV. Bobby. Guy didn't want to, like, none of these people were looking to, like, had the thoughts of ever being on television.
Right.
Like, we're just sick in the head. We do this we liked it. Like, when I started cooking for Auntie Goncalves at Trotters, when I was a little kid, cooking, like, professionally.
Right.
It was still kind of a, scumbaggy, not a scumbaggy, but, like, it was still, like, we were still pirates, bro. We were still pirates.
Yeah, there is this rebel punk rock mentality to being a chef. There's definitely there.
So, like, I feel like listen, I'm not complaining about what's going on. I love it. I feel like I hit the lotto that like since I was a little kid, 10 years old, telling Miss Dundon in the first grade at St. Anthony's that I wanted to be a chef, and then her seeing me 100 years later, like, and being like, whoa, like, dude, you told me you wanted to be a chef in the first grade.
Well, there's some crazy
Rest in peace, Miss Dundon.
Percentage of kids. I forgot what the number. I think it's like 87%. That if a child says what they want to be up until the age of 6, and they're, I guess,
They manifesting it already?
yeah, like there's like some crazy percentage that they actually end up doing that career. Like if they stick to it.
Dude, you implant that deep enough in your brain, yeah, it makes total sense. I'd love
Like
to read
that's
that
what
article.
that's like what keeps you up at night still? Like being a chef and
Oh, dude, dude, you drive around, you find yourself driving around with the no radio on, and you're just like
all the time.
just like and not bad, like good, like exciting, like you're like thinking of stuff and ideas, and you're like listening to a song, and you're like I like so cheesy, but like I'll be in the groove and feeling, and I really get in. I was a DJ for years. I love music, and like and Scott Schmerin talks about it. Like you're in this hypnotic state,
Flow state.
Yeah,
You're in like the theta brainwave state where like you're like super suggestive. You're like
I'm building restaurants in my head. I'm building a pop-up in my head based off of like, Crazy Game of Poker by OAR.
right.
Yeah. Like, like, and I'm like, and like the song's on, and there is a night's service going on in my head, and I can see the decor and the tables and the food and the people having fun. Right, it's friggin' wild, right? And like it's all day. With music is like anytime I'm listening to music and I'm getting into it, my brain is automatically plugging music into like the best case scenario of me cooking, whether it's in my new private test kitchen in the warehouse, or a crazy pop-up, or a restaurant that I have designed in my head that I can't wait to open one day. Like it's so great. And like if you listen to my playlist, like on my what's my account, the Great Hambino on Spotify, right? And there's one that's very interesting. I was gonna open a restaurant more recently than on an avenue called Willett, and I was making a playlist for it on my Spotify. So I had made a new Spotify account because my old one was tied to my past, right?
Right.
So I make a great Hambino Spotify account, and I'm driving, obviously, which you shouldn't do. And I'm trying to type in Willet Ave as the name of the playlist. 'Cause
Right.
I'm getting ready to design this restaurant. The music's a big part of it. And autocorrects it to Will It, WILL space IT. And I was like, I'll leave that.
Yeah.
I'll leave that. And what's pretty cool is that like it's now kind of become like the unofficial soundtrack of my life, where like the perfect concept of whatever it is right now, that's the playlist for it. It's on Spotify right now, right? And like you listen to it, and it's pretty eclectic. It's very eclectic, but it's interesting. It's probably more interesting for me because like I can listen to that and say like if I like just stopped this list right now, it's up to like 70 something songs, and like never listened to it again, and then like in 10 years turned it on, like it's very much my life right now. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, there is a connection we make, whether it be in music, right? That we go internal and allow it to kind of be a soundtrack for your life, right?
Oh, yeah.
For different stages and different bands that you're into and different mindsets that you have and different approaches to life. And music can definitely be, a gateway into your subconscious, right? Where you're able to like tap into this like flow state of creativity because you're using someone else's creativity to kind of be the vehicle to give you that ride into that space within your own mind.
Yellow card. Wow. If the sun is shining the right way and yellow card I turn on yellow card.
Right.
And like, dude, he follows me on Instagram. The lead singer.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God.
Right.
Because that's like the most, oh my God, it rips my soul out of my body.
Like validating.
That music reminds me of these vacations we would take as young teens up to the shore.
Yeah.
It takes my breath away. And like a eerie, like such good memories that like it's like so sad that they're just memories at this point that it depresses me.
Really?
Oh my God. Because they were that good. Right? And I love my life, dude.
Yeah.
And I love like everything. But like when Ocean Avenue comes on,
right,
by Yellow Card, or Only One by Yellow Card, and I can picture myself being like in Ocean City, Maryland, like getting ready to go out on the boardwalk with like Victor Godowski and Mike Smith and Rich and Rob DiNapoli and like man, the memories that were made, dude. And like, especially Victor Godowski, he's the one who put me onto all like those types of bands.
Sure.
Like Breaking Benjamins, like freaking Smash Mouth, like I remember pulling I'm at a bridge crossing in like the Poconos anytime I hear somebody once told me the world was, because Victor just had it on that CD that summer going. That was when the song came out. He had it on his CD that summer, and like we were stopped at that bridge and we were just about to get into freaking the Poconos, bro.
Right there.
Our summer trip, and we were so close and we were just so ready, and he just put that song back on for probably the third time that trip, and we just till this day it's like in my brain,
and it creates a feeling, right? It creates a feeling that you could use as a guide almost. Like I'm so big on using past experiences and past feelings to be a baseline for current and present and future moments, right? And when you can tap into that from and taking that and be like, this reminds you of the Poconos, and you could extrapolate that feeling.
Smell it.
You could smell it, right? And then you could apply that feeling to whatever it is that you're going through or experiencing or putting out there. It's like, yes, this is confirming from whatever you want to say that this is right.
Oh yeah, dude. But like for me, I gotta be in that mindset or not. I either like, if my brain starts going to that, it's the weirdest thing, man. It's like when my brain starts going to those memories, those incredibly fond memories, I either gotta allow myself to go
all the way
and be in it,
right,
or I gotta just pull back because like it was just such a huge. As long as it's not a spider,
No, you're good.
Fucking hate spiders.
Do you hate spiders?
Yeah, I got that bug assault, the salt gun.
Do you? I like spiders. I don't like them, but I don't bother them. I don't kill them.
Kill 'em, bro.
Do you? I don't kill them.
Man, dude.
You might come across one here. We're in a fucking shed.
Yeah, it's fine, bro. You just let me know, okay?
All right, I'll let you know if I see any. I'll let you know if I see any.
No, yeah, it's just not good with bugs. That's why we left Bedford. One of the main reasons is fucking spider crickets. Dude, there's crickets that like the spiders that look like crickets that fly and jump at you. Like it's like, come on, bro.
That's too much.
It's too much.
Come on.
Like and not for nothing, not to be like over dramatic, but that would have been enough for me to not move to that area if I knew there was spider crickets, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what? Not for us.
Like
There's
this-
what? No. There's a possibility of who? Yeah. No,
I'm good.
Take us close to a road. Hold on. Sorry, fucking bugs, bro.
Bugs don't bother. Spiders don't bother me.
Yeah.
I don't mind spiders. They kill the other bugs. So what's going on, Parmapalooza?
Said you're right, spider.
You're right, spider.
Parmapalooza.
What a concept. Again, like
I said, yep. What a concept. I could use
There we
it
go.
for myself.
There we go.
Oh my God.
look at that. See how it applies? Again, very, very you, very your essence, saying that you no longer affiliated with restaurants and that you cook garlic bread in the back of a truck. Like, that's you.
Parmapalooza is something I've wanted to do for years. And it involves a lot of organization, so obviously it never happened. Right? I'm working on it.
A lot of red tape.
No, just organization.
Oh, organization, not organizations.
No, organization.
Like just being organized.
Like throwing an event like this is serious.
Right.
It is serious. Safety and
Codes
permits
and permits.
Yeah, and like and then you really you don't only want the guests to enjoy themselves. You want the people, the hardworking restaurants and chefs to enjoy themselves, right? And you want them to enjoy doing it. So like Parmapalooza is essentially an American Italian street festival,
San Gennaro.
Yeah, San Gennaro, just kind of, just a little more, just in a little more global, a little more just like, it's got, it breeds San Gennaro,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean?
You always had the flair to it.
Yeah. I'm looking at mine. It's just because it's that good. But like, yeah, we're going to be doing sausage and peppers. Angel will be there pulling fresh mozzarella, and we're going to be doing porchetta and mozzarella sandwiches, right? We got Frank and Spontino, Frank and Frank, FNF Pizzeria. They're doing slices that day. They're the only pizza up there, right? Two legends, right? Rocco Despirito's doing a demo with me. Antonio's coming in doing a demo. Antonio's Bellato out of New York City is doing a demo with me. We got David Greco from Arthur Avenue, right? And like, we haven't even started announcing like people yet. Like we're just like, and what's cool about it is that there's also going to be like 30 local restaurants and food trucks that are going to be making a dish that's got some sort of Parmesan theme, right? I want local restaurants to be there. I want them to sell their product. I want them to make some good money that day, and I know they will. We're expecting between 5,000 and 10,000 people. Wow. We got Glenny from Barstool, who's our boy. We love Glenny. He's coming through. Mark Marone's flying in from Vegas.
That's awesome.
If Voltaggio isn't busy getting his back lasered, I'm sorry. He's coming through with his brother, and it's gonna be cool, man, because we're gonna have this huge stage set up where there'll be a kitchen on the stage with a giant screen, and I'll be doing demos with all my chef friends from all over the country, and like they'll be doing their demo, and like I'll be there, and like kind of like it, almost like a music festival. Like it's gonna be like crowd interaction and prizes and like just fun and music, like like it's just gonna be it's just gonna be a good party, man. Everybody needs a good party right now.
Everyone could use a good party right now.
It's like $35. Like you come in, like there's gonna be like I said, we have sausage and peppers, fresh mozzarella. I got my boys from Bobo's are doing affogato.
Nice.
Right? You know what I mean? I spoke to DJ Serge today. We're gonna just go back. Just start. He's gonna spin, and we're just gonna fucking go ham. Like
that's great.
And like I think it's in. we're looking to take it on the road. We're talking to different venues in Vegas, Dallas, New York City, and the idea is going to be to do sort of a national tour with Palooza, and because there's just so much, so many great little Italies, so many great communities around the country that would really enjoy this. You know what I mean? And
it's you on wheels.
It's about and what's cool about it's the newer generation. It's like the newer, the first. I'm a first generation. Makes me first generation. Right? My parents were from Italy.
Yeah.
I'm first generation, right? And it's like, not a lot of people are. There's no more people coming over, right? There's no more. There's less and less first generation, second generation. So like, how do you preserve something, right? And a lot of times our culture sometimes is kind of pigeonholed into like, mafia movies and hey, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And like, if you actually talk that way, that's fine.
Right.
Talk that way.
Right.
But if you don't, like, it's just like, I think it's time to start like
breaking the mold of a stereotype,
chilling out with that shit a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, I'm not like on a mission to like, but it's just like,
it's your life's mission.
But like, well, it's funny because like people sometimes will just hear you speak for a second and they just assume one thing, you know? So like, I know what that feels like.
Yeah. To break the mold of that.
Yeah.
To break the mold of that.
Yeah, it's not just like Goodfellas and
and A Bronx Tale.
Yeah, and Gabagool.
Right.
Look at me. I hate this shit. No, it's like this.
I know
is,
what you're saying.
But Gabagool, Mortadell, Galamat. I mean, this is the way my father says it. You know what I mean?
We were talking about that earlier, right? It's like this weird. Like the same thing with Guy, right? Like, do you say Guy Fieri? Guy Fieri. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you, where do you add the tilde on the conversation and accent,
Where you add it is however it would come naturally by the way you grew up, right?
But how many times, like, culturally we'll subscribe to, holding back from leading into that space of calamar, or like you like calamar, like you know what I mean?
It's listen, it can rub me the wrong way if there's no reason to call it galamad and you call it galamad. It's like, it's like okay, man, and you know what? If that's the way it naturally comes out of you,
who am I to say?
Who am I?
It's like the sauce and gravy.
But if you're pushing that out and you can tell when it's forced, if you're forcing,
right.
Then it's like, come on, dude, just say, you don't got to do that.
Yeah, I heard you say about the sauce and gravy thing.
Well, the sauce and gravy, yeah, I said it.
Tale as old as time.
Yeah, and that's a hot topic of discussion, right? But who am I?
What a world we live in with such problems. Do you say sauce or gravy? What an amazing time to live.
It's stupid.
People literally have too much time on their hands and not enough problems.
So it's like the person that calls it gravy, whether you think they're wrong or not, it's like, but that's what your nonna called it. And that's what you called it in your house, then that's the fucking right way. That's
who cares?
That's what it's called.
Right.
Right? I call it sauce, you call it gravy, potato.
Right.
Everybody, we got the world is upside down. Don't worry about gravy and sauce, people. Jesus.
I like it. I like the idea of taking, again, who you are, your essence of Christian, what you emanate from you, and bringing it on the road, and stepping away from that restaurant world.
You want to talk about bringing it on the road? Well, we can't because it's confidential.
Okay, all right.
But
like Mark Summers' email address.
Yo, you want to talk about? Hi.
What are we doing?
I'm Instagramming you.
Oh, Instagramming me? All right. So now it's weird. We've been talking this whole time.
Say something interesting.
I have nothing interesting to say.
Just say something that's like really interesting. You got
I can't be put on the spot like that. I'm not on the spot like that. I'm terrible at that type of stuff.
No one's good at be interesting.
Right. Be more funny, right? Classic Homer line. But yeah, bringing Gabagool Media and bringing the essence of who you are and kind of having that kind of be an event. Because you are like I remember watching early on, and like you've grown into who you are as a person, right? Like even when you're on the podcast 10 years ago, it's like this dude emanates an energetic frequency that is truly authentically you. And I always admire people who step into that space pretty much unapologetically, you know, and lean into that as much as they can because it's who they are. And that's what they want to bring. Like, it's everybody's duty, I think, to lean into who and what you are, despite what culture might say, despite what an industry might say, despite what anybody might say. It's your duty to be authentically yourself. And you do that. Like, you do that with your social media. You do that when you're on, you know, any of the Food Network shows. You come across as authentically you. And that's why
I get to, thank God.
You've been so successful.
Because because I've been allowed to. Can you imagine? Like, again, what are the odds? I don't know. I feel very lucky, dude. I feel very lucky. And idea. Listen to this idea.
So
At Parmapalooza. I'm at the Westport Farmers Market, you know, and I love those folks so much, right? Bill Tybee and the whole gang. And I'm like, how do we get you guys gotta be a part of Parmapalooza? How do you get the Westport Farmers Market involved in the Italian street fair rock concert that is Parmapalooza, right?
Right.
And I figured it out. Westport Farmers Market presents the first annual heirloom tomato pageant and being held at Parmapalooza. And what is that? It's going to happen on the main stage, and there is a main stage. You're going to bring this is going to so everyone listening, this is the first time the public is hearing about this. Bill, I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but we're going for it. At the heirloom for the heirloom tomato pageant presented by Westport Farmers Market at Parmapalooza 2021. It's August 21st, right? Parmapalooza, so you're at the height of garden.
Yeah.
Right? You're in garden season. You're gonna have to register beforehand, and there'll be information.
I don't want to freak you out. You have a bug on your hat.
What kind of bug you think?
I don't know. I think it's some type of beetle, perhaps.
I think beetle.
It's an ugly beetle. It's like a pretty beetle.
They're all pretty. Come on, stop it.
Yeah, I don't like beetles.
No, I hate everybody. I hate beetles. You're gonna come to Parmapalooza that day with your best tomato from your garden, right? Your
personal.
From your personal garden. We need photo evidence, obviously, of proof of origin.
Right.
But you're gonna pick your best heirloom tomato, and you're gonna have to present it in a cornucopia of vegetables from your garden. But you're gonna be judged by a celebrity panel of judges, including Bill Tybee, Cesare Casella, like fucking some real deal stuff.
Yeah.
And we will judge the tomato on appearance, weight, blemish, beauty, and as well as presentation. And then, you know, we'll cut it open. We'll examine the inside.
You taste it?
It'll be tasted without salt and with salt.
Oh, that's key.
And then we're gonna
what kind of salt?
Some simple Malden or some Sicilian sea salt. Little you crush it in your hand as you put it on
little
the tomato.
pinch.
Little dabble, do you? And then we'll announce that there'll be a ribbon system of winners, and like the apparel and the swag alone for this is going to be something that you're going to want, like people are going to want, like it's just like it's going to be pretty cool, and that's like the type of stuff happening at Parmapalooza.
It's your world.
Can you imagine?
It's your world.
Man.
It's like stepping into your mind. Like
it really is. Like Ilario, who's the man, just is really has given me the tools and to just like he's like, dude, go nuts, and I'll figure out how to make it happen. I probably drive him nuts. I know I drive him nuts, but like this is gonna be a special event, dude. You know, it's gonna be a very special event. You'll be able to, just like. Dude.
I love it. I see the excitement in your face. Like I see,
Can you imagine?
I can, because I understand that idea as you want to call it an artist or as an entrepreneur, whatever word you want to use. I see that because I do the same thing with like podcasts, live podcasts, whether I do it here or there, whatever it is. Like this Podshed is like literally one of those moments at 2:30 in the morning. I go, I got it. I know what I want it to look like. I know what I want it to feel like. More importantly, and I know that artistic hunger. And I could see it when you're talking about it. You're like, I could see the wheels turning in your head, and I love seeing that in people.
Imagine, dude. Imagine imagine creating something so successful, but like still like having like your hands cuffed, Yeah. And then, so like you were able to do something like essentially like handcuffed and still be able to create something special.
Right.
And now, It's like
Cuffs are off.
the cuffs are off. The network is as crazy as it's ever been. So it's like, you know, like, so when I'm talking about my new show that I'm working on for digital media, right, where I'm like, it's a dump and stir style thing with like guests. It's like, wow, like what do you want to do? What should I do? What chefs should, like, which friends should we invite to fly
You're
down
like
to
fucking
the Hudson
Voltron,
Valley?
right? Like Voltron, like
Dude,
you're forming fucking Voltron.
Can you imagine, dude, like being able to be like, hey man, like, hey Rocco, Despirito, I'm doing Parmapalooza, like we love you, dude, like I love you, like can you come do a demo? And he's like, Christian, like, yeah, done, like there, you know what I mean? I shared a room with Rocco Despirito at Guy Fieri's house, me and him. I was supposed to go to like one of the other houses at the ranch, and it was like a far walk at night. And I was like, hey Rocco, can I just sleep with you? He had an extra bed in his room. He's
Sure,
like,
natural.
yeah, man. And we had just the best week, bro. It was the best. I love Rocco. Rocco Despirito is an incredible human being. This whole world of television, Food Network stars and personalities, the friendships that have come from it have been really more than important to me. They've helped me survive the past few years, and I'm so grateful. I can't even start naming names because anyone you've seen me on screen with is just like they've taken me in with such open arms. They've been so good to me, on screen, off screen. The advice Garnish Shelley gives me, oh my God, the Garnish Shelley.
Is this like motherly, sagely advice?
From like, you know, like an MIT scholar, you know, put those things together.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's so smart.
I think that's so important to have like those, you know, like elders of the tribe. Like we've gotten away from that culturally, right? Like, we've gotten away from like the old, like I thought about this the other day, oddly enough, like the old lady walking around the neighborhood praying the rosary, that's going to be gone one day. Like you're not going to see that lady in a few years. Like that lady is extinct.
Crazy, right?
Right? Like that's a crazy idea, but like she's a staple in our culture. Like she's a staple in our neighborhood. Like we grew up seeing that lady, you know, and I think it's so important to have those people in your life who you surround yourself by, who are rooting for you and cheering for you and giving you the good advice and giving you that sagely experience, because you are part of that new wave. Like there's like the old school chef, and then there's this middle Bobby Flay era, and then there's like this new wave of chef that has like really taken on like a life of its own, you know. And it's like it's a punk rock movement that's like really something else, and it'd be like ill-advised for anyone of that older generation to not help guide the newer wave to be the most successful they can be.
Yeah, and I can report that like the Waxmans, the Tyler Florences, the Garnish Shelleys, the Mark Murphys. Love you, Mark. Love Mark. You know?
Yeah.
Santos, Samuelson, Manit, my sister. Like these people are, they're not co-workers or whatever you would, co-stars, whatever you call it. These are like my family.
They're your tribe.
Oh, I love them.
They're your tribe.
Love them. It's a real love. It's a real appreciation for each other, because like you know, we all share the same war stories.
Yes.
And they hear my story, my recent story, and they're like, okay, oh, finally happened to you too.
Right.
You got your button.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And that goes back to the 3 hours ago. When we were talking about the talent.
Yeah.
Usually gets the shit end of the stick. You know, and this is the way it's always been.
But I think it's so important that you broke away from, you know, you were like, how do I put this? You were the Dave Thomas of Fortina, right? Like you were this larger than life person. Like they even had fucking, you know, Bill Murray, right? Like they had fucking Captain Zizou on the wall, right? That's you, right? And it emanated in their food, it emanated in their culture, it emanated in like, you know, what was brought to the table. And it's just like kudos to you to step away from that comfort zone, that guaranteed thing, and lean into who and what you are, and having that support system, that tribe to go, oh, that's cute. It finally happened to you. Here's your button, like you said. It's you can't put that on paper. Like, that's so important.
And you know what's weird too, is to think about, if you talk to anyone, so now we're talking about 2012. What year is it now?
21, I think.
So 12 to 21
Who knows?
is how many numbers?
9?
That's about right. Yeah. So you're talking about 9, so at that point, 10 years ago. And we said, I'm going to put garlic bread on the menu, like melted cheese and marinara dipping sauce. People don't realize that you'd be very hard pressed to find a young chef that would have had garlic bread on their menu, highlighting garlic bread. Didn't happen.
Is this a silly thing? Or is it just like...
Yeah, like garlic bread's been a throwaway for 1,000 years.
Right. No, I get it.
No one highlights garlic bread. And we started highlighting garlic bread, and people...
But who doesn't love fucking garlic bread?
Some folks laughed at us. Putting garlic bread on the menu. Clown. Chefs didn't take me serious.
Right.
Garlic bread on the menu. It's funny how, if you look at it now, garlic bread memes. I have nothing to do with that shit. It was happening anyway, probably.
Right.
But like, it's
a thing. It's a thing.
There's a garlic bread pop culture phenomenon happening. There's like a whole hashtag memes, like
right,
pages dedicated to it.
Right.
Right. So like, it wasn't back then, like, young chefs were really trying to like reinvent Italian and not go backwards. Yeah. So then like, we embraced the red sauce. That wasn't the original idea. I was gonna be way bougier than that. And then I had a red sauce meal, like
classic,
like
just
a
red
month before we opened, and I changed it. Just turned into what it turned into, and whatever it is now.
Right.
Who knows what it is now? I don't know.
Right.
But that's a whole other can of tomatoes.
Well, you stuck to who you are.
That's it, bro. If you can't be yourself, you gotta, go to therapy and figure out how to freaking be yourself.
Do you often like reflect in, like, do you do any meditating, or do you do any like?
I need to fix
like,
myself.
how do you get out of your conscious mind? Like, how do you get out of your thinky mind?
My family.
Yeah.
I'm good at like if I'm rolling around with Briar.
You're present.
I'm pretty good at being there. Yeah, I can turn it all off, and I've learned that. And that's when you can accept that things aren't always going to be perfect. You can start turning things off a little bit.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. You can't always, it's like when you are okay, like you can't be okay with a dish not going out of your kitchen perfect. But if you're okay with the fact that, like, sometimes it's going to happen, and the guest is probably not even going to realize that it was supposed to have, 2 tablespoons of freshly chopped parsley and not 1 finished on top of it. Nobody really gives a shit. Right?
That's one thing I've learned in life, is that most people don't really give a shit.
But
it's in your own head.
But you can't. You can't pish posh that either. You need to be obsessed, and that's a whole other conversation. And the name of the Food Network podcast is Obsessed.
Right.
Right. Like, because like most chefs are obsessed with something, right? Whether it's hospitality, food,
right,
some less savory things.
Sure.
Chefs are obsessed with stuff, right? So like, if you're not obsessed, then you're really
spinning your wheels.
You're not even spinning your wheels. Like, you're not going to be any good at whatever the hell it is you're trying to do.
Was there ever another option for you other than this?
No, dead ass, no other option.
Wow.
Yeah. And now it's like, all right, now we're really in it.
You signed the dotted line.
Now we're really in, and like, it's like, okay, family, how do I support you without a restaurant? Something there.
Yeah, but you've done it so far, and you'll continue to do it because you've been successful with it.
Yeah, so far we're getting there, but it's just, not that I care what anybody really thinks when it comes to this, but like, people need to know that, like, when they're looking at their neighbors' Instagram, their friends' Instagram, or their sister's Instagram, or their uncle's Instagram, or their friends, their girlfriends, or whatever. It's all, come on. Just remember, everyone works hard. Everyone's getting their ass kicked behind the scenes. Everyone's fighting the same battles, and we're all in this together. And everyone needs to start really like realizing that and seeing that. I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, some people say, Christian, you ever in a bad mood? you're never in a bad mood, Christian. I can never see you in a bad mood. And it's like, man, thank you for thinking that. But like, I want you to know that I bleed.
Yeah. No,
you know,
yeah.
It's just, we all are in the same. We're all, and that's, listen, not to get all hippy dippy, but that's.
You were in the wrong space if you don't want to get hippy dippy. I have a salt lamp and a fucking lava lamp.
I'm feeling the energy.
You know.
And then I got to get back to Sherry because I have heart surgery tomorrow.
Jesus Christ.
But like, so like, if you would just, if everyone was just a little more aware of that, like, I feel like, you know, everyone, I don't know, what the fuck am I gonna do? What am I? I ain't gonna make a difference with my mumbo jumbo.
But you do, and that's the thing, and I think that's, you know, that's the part of like some of this podcast is highlighting people's journey and bringing people's journeys to a conversation, because we're all going through that hero's journey. We're all going through those ebbs and flows of life, and it's so important to bring that to the table in a conversation. You know, because people do get wrapped up in one thing or the other, the positive and the negative, the yin and the yang, and it's like there isn't one without the other, right? There isn't the good without the bad.
Yeah.
And when you could bring that conversation, because again, that's a human story. It's not your story. It's not Siad's story. It's not my story. It's not, you know, it's not Moana's story. It's
Moana.
Make way. It's the human story, right? And that's why those movies. That's why all of this resonates with so many people, because we all feel it. It may be different. It may play out differently in the play of life, but it all intrinsically is the same.
It's dude, it's hilarious. It's like when you listen to comedians and you're like, you know, everybody,
right.
Everybody thinks that.
Right.
Oh my God, I thought that was just me. It's like,
right.
Man, when you really look at it, it's
right.
hilarious.
Right.
We're all the same, man.
We're all the same. It's crazy. We all have interviews in the shower.
Oh my God, the shower. Oh, shower thoughts are the worst.
Oh, they're the best. I love shower thoughts.
Oh, sometimes mine go like, just like.
Oh, they go crazy.
Get out of turn off the shower. Get out of the shower.
It's a think tank. You gotta float. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
You need to come do some sensory deprivation. That'll help out with so much. We'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll do it together.
I'm doing that I'm very excited about and very bougie, but I feel like I need it.
I love bougie. I'm all about bougie.
Antonia educating me on reading my blood, you know, getting blood work now, like, you know, once a month. And after my surgery, I'm going to be able to get these bi-weekly vitamins, infusions.
Oh, yeah.
And like, I'm pretty stoked about it.
It's all good stuff.
I'm pretty to get it right into my blood. Just get it right
Just
in there.
Fucking
How
right
many milligrams of vitamin D? 2 million? Yeah, make it 4, bro.
Yeah.
Vitamin C.
That's what I take every day.
I'm depleted, dude. You're very good with vitamins.
C, D, zinc.
Those vitamins you sent me are right on my counter, and I take them once a week. Like, I think it's gonna do. I'm an idiot. I can't do these things.
We got it.
I need to like be on the line. I need to go to a place.
No, man.
And have them pump me full of vitamins.
It's awareness, it's accountability, it's discipline, and it's freedom. And you've created that in so many avenues of your life, and now you just need to channel those areas that you've done that and bring it into different areas that you want to improve. That's all it is.
That many pills, bro.
It's fine. You've done it before, and you'll do it again.
Give me the veins, man.
Tapping it, Christian. I love you so much, man.
I love you, bro.
Dude,
you've supported me for so many years now, and I just, you know, I call you when I need something. I'm embarrassed to say that, but we always keep tabs on each other.
100%.
Via, you know, the blessing, honestly, the curse, but the blessing that is social media. I'm
Absolutely.
able to see your beautiful family. I'm able to see
Same.
you. I'm watching.
Same.
You know, like I put up a post the other day. It was funny. Somebody reposted. It was like, you know, because I don't hate you because I didn't answer. I'm just super overwhelmed or something.
Yeah.
Just, you know, like, and like some people get it and some people don't. And the reason why I feel pretty strongly that guys like you are still in my life, will continue to be in my life, and only become more a part of my life is because you understand that. A lot of people don't.
I don't take it personal. I don't take anything personal. You're doing your thing, and I want nothing but good things for you, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, and I want that for everybody. I just want people to be happy. You know what I mean? I want people to find their own happiness, tap into their essence, and live life with a fucking smile to the best of their ability.
Oh, boy.
And when I see you, that's the truth. And when I see you doing it, I'm like, oh, yeah, all right, good.
just listen. Thank you.
You're the best, man.
What I like to say is just remember. I don't want to leave this on a morbid tip.
No, we're gonna clean it. We'll make it nicer.
But it's like everybody wants to see you do good. Just
That's it.
Not as good as them.
Christian, where can people connect with you? Where can people find out more about Parmapalooza?
My name is Christian Petroni. I have fantastic timber. Do you hear that?
Yeah, use the
Do you
timber.
hear how I project.
Get
my
the timber.
D-boy?
Use your timber.
Parmapalooza, August 21st. Pizza convention. I'm going to be out there hanging out with the Maraforni gang on like the 17th and the 18th. We got pop-ups left and right. I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, Gabagool Media is, something that we're going to just try to show the world more of. And the Gabagool apparel and design. And we just want to have fun, man, and give people fun stuff to wear and fun parties to go to. And that's kind of really where my head's at.
I love it all, man. Thank you so much, man. This is great. Thanks for the stogies. I'm excited for Parmapalooza. I'm gonna be there.
Dude.
I'm coming.
I'll see you when I get glasses.
On that note, take care, everyone. Much love. Peace.
Love you.